and welcome everyone to Africa Beyond Borders. I'm your host, Sarai Mentor. So pleased to have you guys join us today. Today's guest is very special to me, and it's one of my dearest friends, Stella Mbiyu. She's here to share experiences across Africa and her film journey. So let's get into it. Hi, Stella.
Hello, Sarai. How are you?
I'm so fantastic. I'm talking to you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Right. How is it there in PE? Oh, you said you're in Bloemfontein, right?
Yes, I'm in Bloemfontein at the moment, and it's a bit cold today. So
Oh,
we are into winter season, so it's getting colder and colder as days goes by.
oh my gosh. I definitely feel the cold this side as well. Luckily, it's a bit warm in studio. I'm just so happy to talk to you. Tell me
I'm
about your,
also so
like, what
happy.
happened this year, because I do know someone graduated, valedictorian, cum laude, cinematographer of the year, probably. Tell me about how was your graduation.
So my graduation was amazing. To begin the year with, I got an email from AFDA saying that the graduation will be on March. Then later on, they followed up with an email saying that I should prepare for a speech. So I was the valedictorian of after postgraduate class of 2024, and I also managed to get the cum laude of that year.
Ah, oh my gosh. I don't think I even introduced the viewers properly to you. Stella studied at AFTA as well. Along with me, we were in the same class and we just grew together. I just want to share, or would love if you could share why you chose the film industry and what sung to you about it.
So growing up, I grew up around a community that we grew up around our parents, our grandparents, and we could get to hear stories being carried from one generation to the other. So the moment I moved to South Africa, I was not quite sure of what I really wanted to do. But after taking one gap year in 2019, that helped me to tap back to my roots and remember that storytelling was there for me since the age from the moment I could hear and understand stories, storytelling was there throughout the whole entire journey of my childhood and growing up. So I chose AFDA because it's one of the best schools in South Africa if you want to do film industry and learn about filmmaking, the whole industry about filmmaking. AFDA is one of the best places. So I joined AFDA and I decided to do cinematography and color grading, which is film colorist. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so proud of you. And I think that's something we both have in common, just the power of storytelling and how stories can change people's lives and even just create a generational storyline down the line. So I just wanted to share more about, or find out rather, more about your journey in Kenya, how that has affected your creativity today.
Um, so growing up in Kenya was I would never undo that because that's one of the best amazing moments I had in Kenya.
Mm,
And growing up, that affected my filmmaking journey because I want to portray every country that I'm in into the best way that I can through lenses,
yeah.
which is one of the industry I don't know what to say, but it's one of the best things to portray a country or to portray the nature in the community through lenses. So growing up, I grew up in the highlands. So there was so much land, there was so much happening in my community. And if I would go back and do justice to it, I don't think anyone has done justice if they have not gone back with the lens and shot the landscape of Kenya. Yeah,
Oh, that is so beautiful. So that's on your bucket list goal to go shoot your home landscape as well.
it is.
Oh, that is just so beautiful, Stell. I actually wanted to find out, do you ever think down the line you might go back to Kenya?
Yes, definitely. I'll go back to Kenya. I would like to go back to Kenya and mostly invest into initiatives that support the young community in Kenya so that they also understand they have a voice, the career they want to do. Because if you check in the community that we grew up, they never thought that filmmaking is a proper job like being a doctor, being a lawyer. There was this stereotype of being an artist is not as important as it being any other career. So I'd go back and mentor the young people and also invest into initiatives that help them understand that their voices and the career they choose to take is they can be supported. Yes.
It's just so beautiful to hear that, Style, because from what you've collected, what I know that you've collected in South Africa, what are some of the achievements that you'd like to share with the viewers that you got?
My achievements in South Africa. So, uh, to start with, I did a project in 2023, which was our graduation film, and it was a documentary about the Koi community, and is one of the best projects I've worked in. And it showcased a forgotten community in the Eastern Cape, the Koi community. So that's one of my greatest achievement, being around the community and showcasing their culture through the lenses. It was one of the best. So, and after that, I got awards that came along with that documentary. We got the best cinematography, the best colorist for the project, and also the project got to showcase in London Film Festival, which was one of the best and the greatest achievements so far. Yes.
I'm just so excited for when you do actually go back home, the amount of knowledge that you'll pass on and the amount of skills that you'll pass on because you're just so, so talented. You know, if there was another young cinematographer, or not even a cinematographer, but like an artist back home, what's one message you'd give them before they also go beyond Africa?
One message I would tell the young community before, or the young people before they get into the film industry is one, know the department that you really are passionate about, because filmmaking is about passion. It's about the early mornings, the late nights, and if you're not passionate about the department that you're in, it might feel like it's a lot of work for you. But you need to be one passionate and know which department you need to go into, and then qualities and the roles that you're going to play in the film industry. Each department in the film industry is as important as the other one. Know your department, know your passion in the film industry, and go for it 100%.
I'd love to hear that. I have one more question before we go on a quick break. From what
Yes.
you've just told me, what is one lesson that you personally took within yourself as you went to South Africa and just ventured into this industry?
One lesson that I took is that know your goals, know what you really want to do. When you move to another country, it's easily for you to be carried away by the culture or the things around you because everything is new. But the one thing is know what brought you into the other country, know your goals, and then from there you'll be able to know, okay, this is what I want to achieve, these are my values, and this is what grounds me. So you'll be able to navigate and adapt easily into the other community, into the other country. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Stella. To all of you guys watching, we'll be right back.
Are you curious as to what is driving the cars world? Well, we are bringing you into the world of cars. Tech, trends, road trips, and the stories behind the wheels. It's fun, it's fast, and it's full of surprises. This is your ultimate cars companion. You can catch My.NA Cars every Thursday at 9 p.m. with me, your favorite passenger princess, Diana Master, because it's not just about the ride, it's about the journey.
And welcome back. We're still with a very special guest today, Stella Mbiyu. So, Stella, I just wanted to ask if you had to compare South Africa to Kenya, what are some things that just gave you a culture shock?
I would say mostly what gave me not even a culture shock, but was a shock to me was the weather. So, one, in Kenya, we don't have winter, we don't have summer. It's just since we are at the equator of Africa. So, we experience different weather, but not as much as South Africa. So, even if it's cold, it's not too cold as South Africa, it's not too warm as South Africa. The other thing probably is the language, because now in South African native language, they have a lot of clicks in their language. But in Kenya, we don't have the clicks. And mostly, if you're talking to your elder and you put in a click, they'll regard it as disrespect. But now, when I moved to South Africa, the language has a lot of clicks in it. So I was like, okay, this is something that I need to adapt slowly to.
Oh, that's so beautiful to hear. Was there ever like a friendship that you had with someone that just made you want to learn more about the South African language, and how did you adapt to it?
So I had a South African friend who's Teresa Offman, and I also had Andrina. Andrina spoke a lot of Afrikaans, but now with Teresa, she only spoke English. So we quickly gelled and understood each other because we both spoke English. But when it came to Andrina, I had to learn one word here and there. Though I didn't learn a lot of Afrikaans, but I also had in the area that I was living, I lived with a lot of Xhosa people around me. So from them, I would learn one Xhosa word from here and here. And then I could now, by the end of the year, I could understand something. Even if I wouldn't crack a whole sentence, I would at least learn something from them and hear when they speak.
That's so beautiful to hear. I do understand now that you moved from Port Elizabeth, or no, now as Gqeberha, that you moved from there now to Bloemfontein. So how has that move been, and what is it? What new journey have you started there?
The move was not as hard moving from from Port Elizabeth, sorry, to Bloemfontein because my siblings live in Bloemfontein. So moving to Bloemfontein was like going back to my family. And the new journey that I've started is I'm now tutoring or teaching at Pass Media Academy, where I'm mentoring the young people into the industry, the film industry, and letting them know, understand different departments, the roles they play in the film industry. Yes.
So while you're tutoring there, like what is one thing that every student has that you saw in yourself when you also started film school that you're like, this is something they need to learn quickly?
I would say they're very eager to learn. So that's one thing that I saw in them that I had. So when I joined the film school, I wanted to learn every single detail. So a lecturer would say something, and I would want either to follow up with the lecturer or even go later and Google that specific thing they talked about. So I noticed they're very eager to learn about what the film industry is about, what different roles are there, what lens is there, what color grading is. And I also noticed that they also want to learn a bit of my culture, which I'm also happy about too. As we talk, I can give them and let them learn about my culture as well.
Oh, that is just so great to hear, because there's always a part of you that's still connected to home, and that you, at this point now, sharing with people. And like we said earlier about storytelling, how that might change their films that they make as well. It's really, really cool to hear that. Now that we're getting more into the conversation, I just wanted to ask you, do you ever feel, as a young adult now, do you feel a sort of competition in the film industry, especially being in South Africa? How are you handling that?
Yes, in the film industry, there is competition. Yes. But you'll find that the competition is between different production companies, and you'll find that they want to produce the best. They always want to produce. One production company want to do the best. And that one has also gotten into a point where now people are creating more production companies, where you find there are other production companies that only they want only female crews. There's others that only want male crews or even a mixture of genders. But the competition is there. It is there.
But I don't think you have any competition, Stella, because from your awards that you've got, like I think people would be calling you left, right, and center to be on a film set with them. I'm really, really happy for your
Yeah,
journey.
thank you so much. For me, it's about always doing the best for my department, doing the best that I can in a certain project. Whatever project comes in, I make sure I do my best. And at the end, I end up being among best.
Ah, that is so beautiful to hear. Now that you're saying about doing the best and being your best, who were the few people that you were surrounded by in your journey that you looked up to and basically influenced your way of filmmaking now?
In my way of filmmaking. So, not really in the filmmaking industry, but I grew up around my family that everyone does their best. So, growing up, that's one thing that my dad and my mom instilled in us, that in every department that you're in any industry that you're in, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's business industry, always do your best. So, every time I was doing my best, I knew my dad somewhere is waiting to see how I'm going to do at the end of the day. But I always made sure I do my best. So even when I walked into the film industry, I walked into the film industry knowing I have to do my best.
That's just so awesome to hear, Stella. I had a random thought right now. What was it like? And how old were you when you moved from Kenya to South Africa? Because there's a lot of Africans out there that definitely want to travel or leave their home country. What was that journey like?
When I moved to South Africa, I moved at the age of 18. Yes, I was not even 19, I was 18. So the journey was not easy because one, you'll definitely have a lot of homesicks. You miss your parents, you miss your community, you miss being around the people you're used to. But now moving into another country, you have to adapt and know, okay, I came to South Africa. I'm here for further studies and I want to do my best. So moving to South Africa, I would tell the young person who want to move to another country is that firstly, know your goals. What do you really want when you move to the other country? What are your values and what are your commitments? Yes, then you can move. So it won't be as easy, but still worth it.
Yes, I felt like that was a life advice for me, because I think that's what one thing that we both have in common, that we both left our home countries very young to go pursue our goals, and that is just something beautiful to have and to hold on to. Actually, I wanted to ask you, in all these journeys, like from your 18-year-old self, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from the entire traveling?
I think one lesson that I've learned about myself so far is that for you to do your best and for you to be the best, you need to first believe in yourself before anyone else believes in you. You have to believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, any other support that comes in, it's going to boost the belief that you have in yourself. Because going back, when I moved, I really didn't have like the full self confidence and believing in myself. But the moment I knew I want to do my best, I believed in myself. The first thing came in is believing in yourself. Yes.
Ah, I believe in you, Stella. I believe in you so much. To us, because I am a big food person, I love everything food, as you know. What was one thing that you took from home and that you incorporated in your food lifestyle in South Africa?
One thing that I took from home is pilau. So it's more like a jollof rice in Nigeria, but it's now a spicy rice in Kenya. So I took it with me to South Africa and I still up to date love making it. And when I make it, I'll eat a lot of it. Yes.
Stella, why have I never tasted this before? Like you would bring me all your teas, but this
I
is
think
something I want to eat.
I think you did at some point.
I
Did
probably
you?
did, maybe like 3
I
years
you
ago.
probably I think you did, yes.
Well,
Yes, you did.
I need to come back to Bloemfontein now so that we can have that meal together because wow, that's just so amazing to hear. I do remember you would bring me amazing tea from Kenya, and I was just like, this is a whole exotic experience for me. Even you'd always wear your bracelet, you always carry your country with you, and
Yes.
that's one thing I admired about you, just how proud you were.
Thank you.
To
You.
ask you another question, was there ever a
Yes.
point when you were studying film as well that you felt like, I feel like because I'm from another country, I don't fit in so well? And how did you handle that actually?
I would say that would be when I joined the cinematography department. In that department, when you look at it even now, it has a lot of male people in the document in the department. So the people in the department, you'll find it's a lot of male figures in it and less of female figures. So when I joined, I remember in our class we were only, I think, two female, and the rest were guys. And that challenged me a lot because I was like, okay, I'm dipping myself deep in the water and I still need to know how to navigate this entire department and do my best because one, I'm passionate about so much about cinematography, and I was like, I'm not going back. I have to do this.
Oh, I definitely hear you. And it ties back into what you said. It's all about believing in yourself and understanding your goal and also understanding your passion. I wanted to ask you, because I don't know much about Bloemfontein, how is it in comparison, the art industry rather, in comparison to Cape Town and your Johannesburg? How is it?
The film industry in Bloemfontein is still growing. It's not as big as Cape Town or Johannesburg. There are less production industry here. So, but mostly you'll find there is a lot of freelancers in Bloemfontein. So the industry is not as big, but there is a lot of free freelancers who are doing job one time at another. So they are busy doing different jobs, but freelancing is there.
That's beautiful to hear. And even just to find out that you are in an industry as big as South Africa, and that I'm just so excited for you to continue sharing your art and talent. If there's one thing now that you're in this new journey, what gets you up to go tomorrow to work? What gets you up to try your best the next day?
I think now that I'm a tutor, one thing that makes me wake up every day is to know that one, I'm passing my knowledge to the next generation. And I just don't want to pass it randomly. I wanted to do it in the right way and to make sure everything that I teach them, they understand it. And the moment they walk into the industry, they will be ready for the industry. So passing the knowledge to the young ones is one thing that makes me wake up every day because I know they're very eager to learn from me.
Yeah, Sarah, you're saying this like you are not also the young one. Come on, the young ones need to grow. You are also just starting in this industry, and it's just so beautiful to watch. I don't know if you guys know, but Stella took part in this amazing film race, and she got Best Cinematographer in South Africa. Can you share more about that experience?
So in South Africa, there is always a competition that happens around September and October, mid the 2 months. So every time each year there is that competition. So when I was in PE and I was a student, we joined the competition, and a night before, it's a 48 hours competition. A night before you get uh, the genre, and then you get a statement that should be in that form, and the rest of it you have to create it from scratch. Write a script, get cast, shoot the film in the next 48 hours, then you submit. So when we joined that competition, it was a good challenge because I got to understand that as long as you know the genre and you know what department you're in, you can make a film in the next 48 hours. Though it's a short film, but we did our best and we got the best award in that film.
Stell, you guys did more than the best. You guys were absolutely fantastic. I watched that film and it was really something to remember. Is there one more closing line that you just want to share to anyone else out there who you'd like to pass on a lesson to, or even just a reflection of your journey?
I would say if a young person really knows what they want to do, the department they want to be in, this doesn't have to only be the film industry. If you really know this is what I'm passionate about and I want to do, go for it and then you'll get support from the people around you.
You couldn't have said it better. Guys, this is Stella Mbiyu. You've heard it from one of the best, to my opinion. And it was just such a joy to have you here today with us, Stella. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Saraya, for having me.
Thank you so much. And this was this week's episode with our special guest, Stella Mbiyu, who came all the way from Kenya and is now in South Africa pursuing an amazing film career. If this is something you're interested in, you can join us every Monday at 8:30 on DSTV, channel 285, GoTV, channel 25, and oneup2.com. See you then.